Looks like audio. What is this? Picks up that audio too. Fascinating. I don't even know what I did that for. Right. 150 players, the pro library. We got a fielding net, an ultra velocity ball. Already have that. Ultra velocity. May as well give that to you. Why not? Power up guide. Running pro. Power up. Shift gear. Gold glove. Power up. Do we know what power up is? So green seems to be fielder, I feel like. Do we give it to a pitcher or do we give it to a player? It has power in the name, so I kind of want to give it to someone. Let's give it to Gunji. Power up. Increased power after hitting a home run. Okay. Yeah, so power up we do want to give to our power hitters. Nakamoto, maybe? But I feel like he's more of a... I'm gonna give it to Nah. Give it to Nah. Gold Glover, which I imagine is really good fielding. Give this to... Nagia as well. Please. I'll give it to Karawa. We did use Karawa as a fielder a lot. Dr. K, Wild Team. We can give this to one of our... Give it to Fukai. Worm Killer, also to Fukai. Why not? Greatly improves running. We're gonna give that to Ikia. Vader, Gear Shift, Dr. K. Takayama really pissed me off here not being able to take any of those. Okay. Let's check our players. Energy-wise, looks like we're doing fabulous. So... for training plus stadium. before debut for the first years. That recovery up. Speed! I'm doing well. How are you doing? Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night, I guess. 6 o'clock, nighttime. Or favorites to win. Good. You're gonna start the... I can't wait to hear about your team when you start this mode. I'm gonna be excited to hear if you get any crazy players. You can play right field. You can play left and center. It's our shortstop and center fielder. Yeah. Earth 308. Then the EDE. EF. Ragstridges. Yeah, but it's also fun to get, like, some crazy first years. I mean, we saw, even with the fact that I had, what, 3 crazy first years, I still wasn't really able to take this team anywhere. You can play center field, right? Yeah. I'll put you in for Ozawa. They're still pretty decent. So struggling even on normal, which is getting better. Yeah. Batting can be... So for me in this, batting was easier because I'm really good at, like, picking things up quickly, like if there's a change on the screen. So the fact that it does, like, the circle and then goes in, or even just the ball popping up, I'm a little bit worse at that, but I'm normally pretty quick at, like, spotting that, so it helps me quite a bit. Whereas in MLB, you didn't have that at all. So I'm just not very good at picking it up out of a pitcher's hand. I've never have been. So the fact that I have, like, a different visual to go off of in this game means I don't have to pay attention to the pitcher, and I can just pay attention to the spot. Is that a leadoff home run? Ooh, my goodness. Ikia. Leadoff home run. All right. All right. You pop out a lot? Yeah, that means that you get under the ball quite a bit. But yeah, leadoff home run. Wasn't expecting that one. I mean, this is a first year right there, and probably the best first year we have right now. 12-6. What was the player's power? Let's take a look. Oops, I clicked pitching, not batting. D tier power. So I want to say, like, in this stadium, D tier power is honestly enough to get a home run if you hit the sweet spot. Yeah. If you get a sweet spot, D tier power at this stadium is fine. Because it's a little bit smaller of a stadium. But then you go on to regionals, and I believe you go to a bigger stadium, and you need higher power there, and kind of so on and so forth. We're not going to send him home. We'll keep him at third. Yeah. But I feel like it's a combination. Yes, you do manually control it. I'm really bad at it. I've run myself into so many bad situations with the base running. Ooh, sweet. Yeah, see how it says sweet spot there? That's the reason why we're able to hit a home run like that. Ishita with a 3-run bomb. Well, Gunji was the one with a 3-run bomb. He is theoretically our new cleanup hitter. But he has a little bit of work to do, so we have him in the 5 slot right now. And I feel like something that you're not taking into account, you're doing a star player. So you started with really bad players, or like a really bad player against really good players, and you probably played a lot of really good players the entire time. In this, there's a lot of weak players at the beginning. So our team is now contender rated, and because I've had, I continuously make sure that the soil level at my you keep fair enough, but I keep the soil level really high, but even with an OP player, I feel like you're still going against decent players that you're up against. As my team like gets better a lot faster, how do I want to put it? Like, the fact that a lot of my players have C in a lot of their stats is already way better than a lot of the other teams. Like, this 2-batter is F across the board for batting. So he's already at, like, a detriment. Because my team just has better training. So if we look at, like, their team, he has D tier in 2 things for their leadoff, but G power, that's Harda has C in catching. They have 2 C's in their 4-batter, 1 singular C in their 5th. So, like, overall, they're just a much worse team than my team because I've been able to train mine up so much quicker. So the stat gap is quite significant. I think it's pretty cool that we have a slider that just drops. Sakamoto's just going to run it over himself. Whereas even if you had a really overpowered star player, I think you did too, and I don't think I had an answer, and I still don't think I have, because I haven't taken one of these players over into star player mode. Or even just the season mode, which I really probably should, so I can take a look and see how the skills translate. Yes, I'm an F1 fan. So I kind of fell in love with Mercedes because of their colors more than anything else. It matches the color scheme that I go with for a lot of things on my stream. Nita just hit a home run as well. So my first year's got some power. The 3 first years that play out in the field all got a hit. Yeah, so Lewis just kind of became my driver that I really enjoyed, and then he's now over at Ferrari, so still a little bit cheering for Merc. I've really enjoyed Kimi Antonelli. Never been a huge George Russell fan. I don't know. I just not a fan. But Antonelli, I love him. He's awesome. Yeah. But it's not like, and I feel like some of media has kind of like really portrayed him that way. But I feel like there's been a couple of times where he's been like, listen, I don't know, that was a penalty. I probably should have got penalized for that. I don't know why I'm not. So it goes both ways. I mean, yeah, overall I agree for the most part, but yes. Yeah. But that was like very early on in his career and everything, but I feel like it's kind of just stuck with him at this point. So now he just kind of gets labeled that way no matter what. Oh. That's a bad hit to let up. Not gonna be able to get home with that one. 10-1. We can still finish it here. The sinker right here finishes it. Okay, we'll go back to the slider, but inside. Yeah. Because what? For all the way back in Spa is how long ago at this point? So, yeah. Played the, but I do wish they would let you play the entire, yeah. I feel like they're trying to avoid a couple of things with that, though. They're trying to avoid you just, like, absolutely mashing on the AI a little bit. And they're trying to keep the game flow kind of going. I could be wrong about that, but that's kind of the vibe I get when I'm looking at it. I'm like, they're just trying to keep the game moving along. They don't want you just sitting here. So here, let's go over a couple of the things. This one right here, for tire pulling means that it's boosted, you get extra training out of it. The music means that there is a special event that's going to get procced, and then there is one that's a green with 2 white stars in it, and that means that it's going to give your team energy back. And if you can get 2 of the same ones, then that's extra training. If you can get 3 of the same, then that's even more training boost. So there's a few different boosts. It does kind of go over it as like right when you start and everything too. Binoculars? We just got binoculars. What? I wonder what binoculars do for us. Decent rated Itoshima Denko. Go. For favorites to win. Which means that if for some reason anyone in our lineup had been a little bit under the weather, I would have been more than happy to swap them out as needed. But nobody's under the weather, so we can start the game. Yes, you can buy consumables, but I feel like it's not worth buying consumables. Like that one was a hardware store, so we just got an item for free. And that's part of the progression of this is we had third years graduate and they started working there. So ooh, that was some sort of like cutter or something that moved at the last second. Yeah. And as you have people graduate and everything, if you have players drafted higher in the draft and everything, then more players will want to come to your school and everything. So he has some sort of cutter. Get first to third on that. And then the bigger your school, like the higher rated your school is, the more people want to come to. We crushed that one. And it is going to be a home run. I wasn't sure about it, but Kadata for the 3 home run. There's a consumable to raise the stars. Yes, so that is just for scouting. And it's like scouting is literally just one of your players making it to the NPV. It helps them get drafted higher in the draft, like, depending on how much we do today, there should be another draft coming up pretty soon. So we'll be able to see a couple of our 5-star third years get drafted. And I think the highest round we've had anyone drafted so far is the 3rd round. So theoretically, I imagine we'll have someone drafted a little bit higher. Kikuchi with his 700 star rating could be pretty high up there. Yes. Yes. From my understanding, that's how it works. Nice, easy 1, 2, 3 right there. And hopefully our team continues the offensive output. Double play. Sakamoto gets on. Kadata follows it up. Sack fly. Gunji gets a hit. Tashiro with a walk. And all of a sudden we get a chance. Yes. So academics, I think, is probably one of the most important things. Because you can get books to teach your players different skills and everything, so you can get like prime time and other things like that that you can teach your players, but if their academic level isn't high enough, then you can't use them all. Like if their academic level is A or S tier, you can use 5 books. But if it's only D tier, then you can only use 1 or 2. I think it's 2 at D tier. And that sucks. Not being able to use more. And Sakamoto with a home run. Nice. So just having a bunch is useful, and it also improves their trust value. So if you don't want to actually go in and play the games and you want to do the strategy game mode, then it improves their trust value, which makes them better during the strategy game modes. On top of, I believe you can occasionally get energy recharge from the study as well for the players that do end up studying. So it's just, there's so many benefits from doing it. So I think it's a super important one. Morale will go up. I have a save going that is just me managing right now. And it's a little bit weird because I'm doing like defense focused team, as we're winning 13-0 right now. Oh my goodness. Is this team just that good? Or are we just going up against like easy players? Get it over to second, back to first. Oh. But I feel like if you made a hitting heavy team and just focused on them being able to hit really well, that would be the best way to do a manager only one. It's like, then even if you give up a lot of runs, you can just have your team absolutely destroy the ball over and over. Ooh, Gunji up to B rated power at this point. Perfect. That's what I like to see. Takayama's stamina is up to 77. Nice, nice. So we're gonna get as much out of this as we can. We could have done sprints, but then we lose one on bench press, and the music note is very worth it to me. If I had to rank how good each like symbol in the top left corner is, music note is definitely the best, followed by the green stars, and then just the practice. Because there's so many other options for practice and everything. Let's double check. What are binoculars? Reveals data on your next opponent. This effect is already in place. So the reason why I skipped it last time is because in the top right, you see how we have 7 out of 10 cost? I was only going to be able to get 2 out of the 3 bench presses, and I think it's more worthwhile to get all 3 of them together because of the boost that you get from having all 3 together. Because even that, we got... This is a single day of practice, remember, and we just got 4 ticks of power from a single day. And, I mean, look at how many points we just got from that music note. That music note was super, super important there. I hate that we just did that. Extra training. We still have a team that should win. But Takayama isn't fully back, and we don't want to absolutely waste his arm. And we have Sase, so we are just going to put Sase in there. He's kind of like our backup starter, I guess. We don't have another pitcher that I think is good enough to take over for him. And, oh, both Gunji and Kurowa. Kinda looking down in the dumps. Gunji with his B power, I don't think we really want to replace. Though, Kurowa, EFD. I could replace him with Senba. I'm fine with it. We lose out a little bit, but we can bring him in towards the end of the game for his defensive prowess. Also, Tazawa is hitting well above. I hope it does, too. But I feel like I'm kind of fine, even if it doesn't. I'm having so much fun with it. I'm gonna start getting some content out on TikTok and YouTube for it pretty soon, hopefully. So we'll see how it grows from there. But right back into it, Ikia. Slider. This mode and Star Player are the two, yeah. I thought that was going to be a fork ball, but it didn't drop very much. So either a recently learned fork ball or maybe something else. We're going to hit a time. Okay, this guy's arm is F and his accuracy is F. So we're going to go like this. We're going to go hit and run. Because this is going to get our player to steal. Even if we hadn't swung, he still would have stolen. I tried to swing, but I swung late. Another one that was supposed to drop, but didn't. I'm not going to send it to second. But yeah, I feel like this game mode has a lot of storytelling that you can kind of do with it. And that's why it's popular. Because you can get attached to the players, but it's not like they're around for a super long time. So you get to meet new players. I just popped that one up. That's going to be an easy out for them, I think. Yeah. Unfortunate that we missed that one with Kadata. We have Nagia. Oh, that was a cutter or something. We just barely missed it. Got good on the contact rating, but Nagia still able to power it out. Get us a 2-run homer. Put us up 3-0 at the top of the first. I feel like I get my momentum going a lot better as well when I hit in the top of the first. Oh, Gunji fails stealing the base. He doesn't quite have his speed up there yet, so that doesn't surprise me. Still a little disappointing. I will say the problem we have with our pitchers right now is we don't have a lot of off speed. I don't actually know. I haven't really paid attention. I haven't tried to. I just kind of throw the fastballs really quick to get the warm-up out of the way. I feel like I've looked around while I've been, like, doing the warm-up, but I haven't really actually stopped for enough time to pay attention for it. Senba, our backup left fielder. I feel like he's actually gotten a lot of chances to play so far, just because we're going up against lower-rated teams now. And it's not like he's bad, he's just kind of, like, mediocre compared to a lot of the rest of our players. strikeout for Sase. Hey, we'll take it. Try a sinker over here. Do a Fosh, and then I think we're going to do a high sinker. It's also funny that we have a sinker, but it has right movement and not anything else. The amount of variety in this game when it comes to pitches and stuff, I think is one of the most fun things. They hit a home run off of it. Crushed that one. We do lose out, and this is part of the problem of not having an off-speed pitch. Like, we have this Fosh, but it's still pretty high up there. I think a Fosh is, like, in between a forkball and a changeup. Or, like, forkball, changeup, fastball. It's weird, is what it is. Even if this sinker had, like, downward movement as well instead, that would have been better. On top of that two-seam. Yeah. Dude, Ephus and like, any curveball and the forkball. Just insane. Okay, we got him to pop it up. We just got to get over there. Nice. Okay, so we let up a couple of runners, but we keep it clean in the inning. I feel like he's also a sidearm pitcher. We should probably focus on pitching lower in the zone. I'm so used to doing, like, fastballs and stuff up in the zone. I don't know how accurate this game is with, like, sidearm pitchers doing better when they keep the ball lower and try and go for more, like, groundouts and stuff. I think it's something I gotta keep in mind. String together a couple of hits there, but it all comes to naught. Unfortunate. Alright, let's see. A couple of hits again, and then we ground out. We did have 2 outs when we got those hits, so wasn't really expecting too much. I don't think that Sase will make it all the way through this game. I'd be surprised, honestly, but we have a player on second, so we get our chance to hit. Tashiro hitting in the 6th slot. Slider. Oh, that's a fastball, but I reacted so slow to it. We at least get the batter to third. So we swap over to Nita. Slider. Can we beat it out? No. We try the L1, R1. Get him to run as fast as possible, and we're not able to succeed with it. Get their 4th hit of the game. We do keep him stranded on first base. Tazawa with a home run. I do... Oh, wait, what is that about? If you hit L1, R1 back and forth, your players will actually run faster in this game. It's by about, like, 10 or 15%, I think. But it can occasionally actually make a difference. Like, you get someone with some high speed, and it actually makes a pretty big difference. So, with me going with more of a speed-based team anyways, not sure about star player, but I can tell you, you can try it, and if you look on the base running thing, and your character is just like a yellow, if you do L1, R1, and you see, like, red flashing around your character, like, around the runner on the diamond, then it is making a difference. Takayama has a slider, which is super important for his pitches. Let's try a two-seamer. I wanted him to miss contact a little bit, but they've been seeing a two-seamer all game long against Tase, so... just didn't react in time. Throw it all the way to first. Still love that our first baseman was covering first, just in case. Nice slider. Right, sinker on the outside. Slider on the inside. Back to another sinker down low. Nice. Kind of wasn't going for the strikeout there. I was hoping for more of a ground out, but that's okay. Do the fastball up high. Into a slider away. That's a ball. Sinker high and in on the hands. Nice. Takayama should be able to catch this one. That's going to be the ball game. But I'll try and point it out more in our next match. With the running. So you can see. Slider control goes up. Stamina as well for Takayama. Urawa did go in the left field at some point. See, I knew we'd use him as a sub. Probably in the 8th inning. Okay, so we took our chance hoping that we'd get sprints again. And we do, so we'll go with the sprints. Actually, we gotta look at our lineup a little bit. Because our batting, I feel like, definitely needs to change around a little bit. Your contact is weak enough that I still don't want you in the 4 slot yet, Gumchi. Yeah, I feel like Nita has actually gotten his contact to a point where I want him in the 6 slot instead. Yeah. Tazawa. You guys are still kind of like back and forth. Alright. Let's get these sprints underway. Triple up on the speed. Wow, nobody got any speed out of it. That's kind of funny. Nita got a little bit of throwing. I mean, only one day. What do you expect? Powerhouse rated Tenjin Daichi. So we definitely need the best possible team we can field here. Glad that we gave Takayama a little bit of the day off. Obviously, he pitched the 9th inning there. Tazawa having an off day isn't great, but their entire team is having a pretty bad time, so might still be fine. I mean, we could put Senba in there. It would increase our batting slightly. Yeah, so how it works is our 3rd year's just kind of graduated. So we haven't had the entrance exam. When the entrance exam rolls around again, our second years will turn into third years. They'll have, I think it's one tournament left, or two tournaments that you still have third years, and that's why this summer quotient is so hard to get to, is because you still have all the third years on the team, which means you're also going up against a crap ton of third years on other teams that are really good. Low. Yeah, this pitcher pitches 94. Is good versus lefties. And has a pretty good knuckle curve from what we can see right there. Pitch that dropped, and okay, I didn't think that ball was actually going to hit the ground. So we're technically in the easier tournament right now. No. High school is 4 years in America. It's only 3 years in Japan. Oh, that was a bad one to swing at. Yeah, there's only 3 years of high school in Japan. Movement on the pitch got me. Alright. Let's slow it down. The second year is a really good pitcher, but he's bound to give us one. That would have been our pitch. That was the pitch that we needed. But I still think that's going to be good enough to score us a run. But if you look down in the bottom right of the screen, well, I'm base running. When you see them flashing, like, red around it, that's how you know that I'm hitting L1, R1. Curveball. Okay. They didn't get the strike. Oh, baby! That hits the sweet spot, and it's a 2-run shot for Gunji. It applies to them all. Nice one from Gunji, though. Yeah. But it applies to them all, and if you don't do it, then you won't see it flash red, and they'll just be going that little bit slower. I will say, you were talking about the Ephus pitch. Another really good one is there's a slow changeup as well. And then there is a, there's the knuckleball as well. All of them are the slowest that it can get, I believe. Let's do a 2-seam right here. Sinker. His slider is just getting mashed right now. Ooh, Tazwa gets a walk. Nice. Ikia gets a walk. Yes. It is fun. I think what's even more fun is that occasionally you'll run into batters that do run a wooden bat. I believe we have one of them on our team. I can't remember who. And I believe when we first started this save, we had a second year first baseman that had a wooden bat. I don't know why. I just know that it's a thing. And I'm pretty sure that first baseman did hit a few home runs with it. But it's just kind of fun to see the different variations of things and all the different, like, batting stances. Oh, easily. It is so much easier to hit home runs with a metal bat. We did get their ace out of the game already, though. It's hiccups. Gotta hate them. So that's pretty great. And now we have a runner on in the 8th inning, so we get to bat again. Tie. He's got 5 different pitches, 2 of which break left, 2 of which break right. Curveball to the right. That's a pretty nasty curveball, honestly. But he lets up an easy pitch right there. We're just going to keep it to a single. No reason to overextend. We have no outs currently. That's... I don't know if it's because the curveball was thrown so high that it didn't break as much. But it definitely didn't. I think that's getting by the... Yeah. We sent him to second. We probably shouldn't have. He's got to dive head first, but he is in there with a double. That puts us up to 4. So even though this is a powerhouse, I mean, we're kind of breezing through him right now. That is an easy one that he leaves over the center of the plate. Off the top, and oh, well, we extended for a double again, and it wasn't worth it. But we get 2 RBIs. That's why sometimes it's not worth it to try and go for that extra base. You can send individual players at a time as well using, like, the D-pad and square and X. But it's just so much easier to do triangle and circle for going and going back. Advance and return. Would never with a wooden bat if you were playing... Yeah. Alright. Going up against an adaptive player. Perfect. Gotta try and finish him off quick. We're actually gonna go for a high sinker here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, absolutely crushed that one. Sending an individual is pointing to the base where they are at with the D-pad and then hitting... No. So, sending an individual is pointing to the base in front of them and hitting square. Triangle sends all your runners. Circle sends all your runners back. And then if you continue with the base in front and hit the D-pad, you can hit X to send them back. Or X and square might be the other way around. I can't remember. I hate doing individual ones. I'm so bad at the base running in this game. I just hold triangle until I see... Ooh, good sliding play by Tazawa. Get the first out after we let up that home run. I'm so bad at trying to, like, handle each player individually, so I just do triangle and just let go of it when the other team reaches the ball. It's the easiest way for my brain to comprehend what I'm doing. That was not a ball, that was a strike. So... They handle how sac flies work really well. Because your person on third will, like, stay on third, right? But your person on second and first will take their, like, initial leads. So if the ball's gonna get caught and they don't make it back to the base yet, and you tell them to go, they'll still go back to the base, and unless you're still holding it, they'll just go back to the base and stay there. Whereas if you, if they're on the base and you hit triangle, they'll go. Is kind of how it works. But the AI kind of handles it well, so you can just kind of hit triangle and not worry. But theoretically, you're correct. You would probably still just want to do the individual on a sack fly. I just push my luck. Yeah, I'm pretty bad overall at base running in this game. Even though they have it so simple. Oh yeah, there's this symbol as well in the top left of things. It's a skull. You don't want to click on it. I feel like it's very intuitive. The skull is a bad omen, so something bad normally happens, whether it's like, your field gets flooded, so, the field level deteriorates, or, one of your players has a bad day, so you end up, having low morale with that player. So that is Takayama, I believe. We just saw get to another level. Okay, well, Mibe is actually going to start this one because we need a different starter in there. And we are favorites to win this one, which means we may have gone up against one of the more difficult teams already with the Powerhouse that we just went against. Because to get to Powerhouse, you have to win at a Koshin, I believe. I don't know if it's the same for the AI teams, but that is how it is for us. That's why we're only contender rated right now, because we haven't actually won a Koshin. Made it to the finals! But I feel like to win at Koshin, you have to win at the Spring Koshin. That's a little bit easier to then make it to I think there's a fall, spring, and then summer. I could be wrong. Oh, the sweeper was so slow and I just missed it. Now I can't remember. But you want to win at one of the easier ones without third years, so you can get to Powerhouse rated and be able to train your players up more. We crush that one to the deep right field. That's going to bring in at least one. I'm going to keep him on first. Don't think it was worth it to try and push for second there. So Kadata drives in a run, gets us the lead here. Against a team that, again, we should beat pretty easily. It's going to go deep center, but I think we're going to be out. But yeah, see how I tapped triangle there for the tag up, so it should have sent all runners, but the runner on first hadn't made it back to first base yet. So he didn't try and make it to second. That's low. Oh, that's going to be a double play. That was a pretty weak throw. Oh, not enough speed to make it first in time. We have 3 batters that haven't played, theoretically. Oh my god, Naib has not very great overall pitches, but he's got a lot of pitches that he can work with to change up speeds. Very over-the-head approach for pitching. I'll win it all this year. I'm skeptical just because I don't think we have any good second years. Like, I don't think we have a single 4-star second year. Not that they're bad. That circle changed the fastball. Three-quarter, yeah. I guess that kind of makes sense, that it would be easier on your ligaments. Nita throws it, hits him just barely. They almost throw underhand with how they release. Yeah. Will say. Before I've been pitching with Naib, and I haven't really used his slider, which is his best pitch. Players can't even touch it. Let's try and mop this one up as an easy 1, 2, 3. Oh, the fastball. Ex-Oakland A was like that. You know, speaking about the MLB and everything, how did you feel about the trade deadline? I don't know if you really paid attention to it or anything, but... Love the Soriano trade. Hey, I really enjoyed it when you guys took Santander. That's... Pretty sure we already said, me and you went over that once already, but I appreciated you guys taking him. Worked out great for us. But I feel like the Orioles, they traded for a lot of prospects, and those prospects are great and all, except for the fact that there's going to be a lockout next year, so they pretty much just traded for a bunch of players that don't mean anything. Like, I would have rather have traded for, like, a quality pitcher and maybe, like, one potential decent pitcher for Rutschman. And I wish we would have gotten rid of Mountcastle for a good pitcher. I don't know, but either way, like, a lot of the prospects they got, I feel like they got hoping that they'd be able to, like, use them pretty much next year. Like, if we're talking about good pitchers on the Orioles right now, starters, relievers, all of it, there is a single pitcher that's below 3 ERA. We have one. All the rest of our pitchers have like 4 or 5 ERA. It's stupid. Our pitching is absolute trash, and we keep on going for prospects and like 40-year-old pitchers. And I'm like, dude, just get us a couple of solid pitchers and we might be able to do okay. Yeah. Honestly, you want to get rid of really bad pitchers? Hit up Mike Elias for the Orioles. He'll give you some absolutely great players for trash pitchers that just aren't worth it. Oh. Poor pitching from me leads to a 2-run home run for them. And Sase immediately takes over on the mound. I think that trading Rutschman was good, and I think the fact that we got pitchers out of it is good. I feel like we should have tried to go for one of your better starters and got like one prospect. If I was to rate it, I think trading Rutschman was a great idea. You got pitchers. That's what we needed. So those are goods. That gets it to, like, C, maybe even a B, because you, like, got what you needed. You got prospects. Okay? You got a lot of good prospects. Okay? Those kind of cancel each other out for me. The fact that there might be a lockout kind of ruins the fact that it was prospects a little bit. If we can use some of them this year, or try some of them out this year to see how they'll do, I'll look more favorably on it, and I'll probably give it a B tier. But if we don't use any of the prospects that we just snagged for that, then I'm probably giving it like a C tier on my trade. But I mean, if we use the prospects this year and a couple of them kind of turn around our pitching a little bit, then all right, I'll give that a pretty easy B tier. A tier would have been getting a pitcher that we could use now for Rutschman. And then we got rid of Ward, which I just think was stupid. That's stupid. He gets on base so consistently, and we got, like, nothing out of it. Well, I think we kind of have to, given the fact that they didn't actually acquire a pitcher that can help us get wins. We are sitting here relying on kind of out-hitting our opponents. That's not a good strategy. It's just not. So. Energy recovery drink we just got. Cool. A little bit of speed. Ooh. Low morale. Mid-tier rated Hakta Daichi. Alright. Gunji looking a little off, but he's our power hitter. Even if he's feeling a little off, he still hit a home run, I think, last time. The AL. Takayama didn't even play yesterday, so he has a whole day of rest, but I feel like he's, hasn't got a lot going for him right now. As long as the Yankees don't win. So I hate to tell you that I think the Yankees are gonna win. I mean, they picked up Tarek Skubal as well. Oh, somehow beat that out. That's unfortunate. Like, they picked up Tarek Skubal as well. They now have easily the Dodgers have the two best pitchers in the league, probably, with Skubal and Yamamoto, and then they have Ohtani as well. I mean, maybe you can argue that Skeens is up there as well, but I mean, are the Pirates really going to be that big of a threat in the playoffs? Probably not. The rest of their team just isn't great. Yeah. Like, the Dodgers pitching staff have enough pitchers that you could call an ace, that they could probably, like, hand out 4 of them and still have the best pitching staff in the league. We got good contact there, and there's an error by the shortstop. Nice. So, I mean, the Dodgers just have this crazy setup. I shouldn't have swung at that. I knew I shouldn't have, but I did anyways. Still bitter about the World Series. Yeah. Start this off with a slider. Sakamoto runs it down. I mean, decently far into foul territory there to get the catch, too. Be happy that he got that one. Oh, it was definitely a good World Series. I think I'm gonna have to start keeping up on baseball a little bit more, but there's just so much that I'm doing right now. Alright, let's get the slider down and away to finish him off. Touches it. Yeah. I just don't see anything going great for the Orioles right now, so I haven't been paying too much attention to them. I mean, we have Jackson Holiday coming back. He's doing good. Wait. He hasn't hit a home run at home. That's crazy. Oh, Ikea, speaking of home runs, just drilled one. 3 runs. We're now up. And we have bases loaded with 2 outs. With Gunji up to bat, so our heaviest hitter, he may not have the best contact. Oh, no. All he needed to do was get a little bit better contact. I love hockey. Hockey is what I grew up playing all the time. I pay pretty close attention hockey season. Oh my god, we are raking together some hits. It's up 7-0, 7 runs in the second inning. My goodness. Bruins are my team in hockey as well. That's understandable. Yeah, you're a Toronto Blue Jays fan. I don't know which team you support, but it's probably a Canadian hockey team. And most Canadian hockey teams don't particularly like the Bruins. Yeah. I didn't want to assume that it was going to be the Maple Leafs, but that was going to be my guess. Just figured you'd stick with the Toronto theme. I'm also a supporter of, I mean, I just like all hockey. Like, whoever's doing well in the hockey world, I enjoy. That is a home run from Takamoto. That's like the 3rd or 4th home run this team has hit. We are up 15-0. We have a second inning where we just got 7 runs. Oh my goodness. All Toronto teams, yeah. I was born in New England, lived in New England my whole life. So it was always kind of like Boston teams growing up around me. But I didn't necessarily watch baseball enough when I was younger to fall in love with the Red Sox. There was some really fun moments. Big Papi and Dustin Pedroia, Tim Wakefield, all on the team kind of when I was growing up, but I didn't really watch it. I played. And then as I kind of grew older, I was like, all right, let's start watching a little bit of baseball. Who do I want to cheer for? And who do I think is really fun while I'm watching and everything? I think this was around like 2021 to 2023. I was kind of in and out trying to get into baseball. The Orioles had a lot of young players that looked promising. It looked like they were going to be a fun team, so I kind of started watching them. They matched the school colors that I had and everything, too, so I already had a lot of the black and orange during high school and everything, so I was like, dude, I like this color scheme. So yeah. Oh my god, so many skulls. Yeah, so I kind of found a team for myself that I wanted to actually watch rather than just by going with like the stereotype that's around. How are players doing training-wise? All around. Stamina for Takayama is up to an 81, so 9 more points and then we'll swap, I think, to no, his velocity is already 88. I'm kind of fine with it just going up as it goes up. Once we get stamina, I'm going to try and get a curveball out of him. We'll see if we get one. All around. Game calling for Kadata is up to an A. I'm fine with moving on to something else for him. His fielding is also really great. Let's go hitting. No, we gotta go speed. Team is... You did something cheesy. You're gonna role play the cheesiness in your high school mode. Okay. Explain the cheese. Hitting going up for you. Speed, you're 9 points away. Rowing is still going up for you. I bought enough reference guides to get all your players to academic. Okay. You gotta remember that you're not gonna... I would save the reference guides a little bit. Don't just spam them right away. Because yes, it's nice, but if you don't have enough books to give them, then it's not worth it anyways. And if it's on, like, really, like, one-star players and stuff, then they're not actually gonna be able to put them to a lot of use, like some of your pitchers and stuff. So yes, super useful to have. Make sure you use them unlimited. Okay. Yeah. Hitting for you is fine. Everything else is up there. Senba is still going speed. Power for Gunji. He still has quite a bit to work on. But instead of focusing on fielding at all for him, I think I'm gonna just chuck him into contact right afterwards. Maybe get his speed up a little bit more. It's only at 60. Get it up to at least a B before we start working on his contact. Right field affinity for Tashiro is good. Speed for Tamaki, good. Okay. Still happy with how we're training everyone. Let's get the sprints up a little bit, and I think we hit this fungo. Actually, how's the team doing energy-wise? Nobody's at 1. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Sprints, fungo. That was 82 speed for Ikia. Energy, trust for a bunch of people. Played a 15, kept saving every out. Cheesy VP. Hey, it's an easy way to get it. We're going up against Booz and South. Have a couple of players. Have pro counterparts. Nagia. Didn't get... That is weird. I actually don't know if I got mine either. I don't know if I paid enough attention for it. Gunji can't play shortstop. But he can play second base, and we could put Ikia at shortstop if we wanted to give Nagia the day off. Or we just try and finish the game very quickly. And we're good anyways. Player first. English. The English version. I don't know if it was for the Japanese version or what, but... Outside? Barely. For the World Baseball, yeah. Oh. He sweet spotted that, and it's going deep, but again, this ballpark is a little bit deeper than the one we were in just a little while ago. Oh, that was way too early. Are the higher fences a Japanese thing? I have noticed that. I think it kind of depends on the environment, right? Because baseball's taken a little bit more seriously in Japan. So their stadiums are nicer and everything. So I feel like it's more of a field maintenance thing of they care about their stadiums more, so the higher fences are well taken care of and they can like actually do stuff with them. Whereas like high school and everything else doesn't necessarily get the same amount of love in America. So it's more up to the school systems, and a lot of school systems can't worry about making sure that they have really nice fences for their stadiums. And I imagine that the stadiums in this game are based off of real-life stadiums. So there's probably, like, where this is the tournament going for Koshin and you get to a higher level, then you see the kind of bigger fences start to appear. Nagia stole third base. That's pretty impressive. Hmm. Yes. So that's the whole thing. You have to look at it as like in different areas. Where I'm from, it's not really as football isn't as important. I feel like if anything, the biggest sport around here would be hockey or basketball. Like, some of our hockey teams around here use the college rinks and stuff as well. Whereas baseball very rarely uses the college stadiums unless there is like weather problems or like a field is getting worked on. Sometimes the college stadiums will allow us to use it, but that's pretty rare. But I feel like it's relatively common with hockey around here. And basketball is just like what a lot of the kids find fun around here. So but we have a few like travel hockey teams around here as well that tend to do pretty well. So that kind of helps too. Ooh, Boozin' South with the sack fly gets them on the board. Yeah, college hockey games are pretty fun. And they're relatively cheap. The college close to me sold out of seats at the beginning of the season, though, because they were so good a couple of years ago. I don't think they did as well this year. So they completely like sold out. So you weren't even able to get any unless you like went day one of them being released. Hey, wait a second. Who just hit? Whoever just hit had a wooden bat on our team. Our 7 spot has a wooden bat. I knew there was someone on our team that used a wooden bat. Yeah, I feel like it's once you get to the college level that you kind of get to the high level of sports. And some of it has to do with a lot of high schools around here don't have, like, things for people to play, like, one specific sport year-round. It's, there's these sports during this, time, there's these sports during this time, and these sports during this time. So unless you're really just trying to focus on one sport, and kind of work from there, you have to go looking around at just like different leagues and stuff in the area to see if you can actually do those sports at different times of the year. Now there's options for them, but it's not like high school run, so you have to actually go out and find them yourself. And then a lot of the time they cost a decent chunk of money. So there's money restrictions in it as well. There we go. Easy out for the ball game. 9-1 win. Yeah. So, I think there's a lot of potential. The problem that I foresee is that I think we're going to start running into specific colleges, kind of dominating the sport more than any other teams. Alright, we have a spot at regionals, though, so that's good. We're going to see specific ones that can pay more money to players, be able to kind of dominate more than anything else. Alright, let's see. Spectate, throw. Hey, somebody's fielding just went up to an 83 or something. Pretty nice. Throwing going up for quite a few people. Stamina up to an 83. Mid-tier rated. Yeah, I feel like that powerhouse that we beat earlier in the tournament really was going to be our biggest problem. Ooh, Tazwa is looking awful. So we're going to swap Tazwa out for Senba. And we're going to have Kurowa play center field. Takayama buff out with Sase. I feel like this game just really matches how my brain works more than anything else. The flow of it makes a lot of sense to me. How to do well at it, and like a theme that I go with works pretty well. I really keep on thinking that Ikia is just gonna like pop out here with a home run all of a sudden. But he does get a triple off the start, so picking up where Muramatsu left off. Muramatsu no longer on the team, so we needed a new leadoff. Ikia was more than happy to step into that role. And I think he actually even has more power than Muramatsu had, so we might get a few more leadoff home runs. That's also going to fall... Not going to fall in the gap. I sent him all the way home because I thought it was going to fall. Yeah, we'll be on for about another hour and a half, I imagine. Oof. Bad swing there. I think I'm just really good at hitting fastballs in this game. That's the main thing that makes me better. As soon as they throw a fastball, I can normally hit it well. Oof. Moving day. That's a pop-up. Right, Gunji. You have the power to hit a home run here. Yeah, good luck. Over the second baseman? Not over the second baseman. We only get one run out of that inning. When we probably should have gotten at least two, but okay. Great. Sase is in there. We got to remember pitch low. He's a sidearm pitcher. I want to see if pitching low increases his effectiveness. Start off with a Fosh away. Go with the sinker kind of inside slightly. We go the fastball away. But look. He hits it, but it's straight to Ikia. I mean, they didn't get too much power off of it, so maybe this is the trick. Keep the ball low with your sidearm pitchers. Sase tried, wasn't able to, but Nagia, at shortstop, able to get that pretty easily. Let's do two-seam. Middle of the zone, outside. Nice. Bosh on the inside, or outside still. It's definitely not the inside. I was thinking about my next pitch. I wanted to go sinker to the inside low. Yeah, I mean, that is another ground ball. Glad that we got Nita's throwing up as well, because I feel like we've definitely seen it'd be a little bit more successful as he gets himself onto first, and a sac bunt gets him to second. And the double from Kurwa gets him all the way home, so that's another run on the board. Right? We let up a couple of hits, some walks, but they only get one out of the inning. Home run immediately from Takamoto. Just 3-1. As they're hitting Sase pretty well right now. And good double play there to get out of the inning without letting up any more. Sack bunt to get someone to second, and Kurwa again hits them in afterwards. It's left stranded, so we have gotten one run every single inning so far. Joji gets a hit for them, and then it's left stranded on first base right afterwards. So we're going to see a 2-out hit from us, and then Gunji is able to hit the batter in, and hey, we got another run this inning. Let's see if we can make this our first 2-run inning. I don't think so with that. Oh, it's going to go foul. We get another chance. It's going to be low. Fastball into the gap in left center, and that's going to be an easy double. We're going to get the RBI. We're going to have our first 2-run inning of the game. That's Tashiro immediately getting another hit. So now we're kind of stacking it on. We are 7-1, 12 hits so far through 5. And, I mean, they've gotten 5 hits of their own. They've had some opportunities. They get a hit there. They get a double. So they got themselves a couple of runs. It's back up to 4-7. They get another hit. And now it's 5-7 all of a sudden. So 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Really put them on the leaderboard. Nagia with a home run extends our lead again. And we put Takayama in there now. We've decided that Sase is kind of spoiling it. Put me in as there is a runner on second. 1 out already. We're going to go with a 2-seam. Just started off. Ikia knocks it down. So we at least prevent the run from scoring. Yes, it would have been nice if he would have been able to field it and we could have gotten the out, but I feel like even preventing the run from scoring, because then we're able to get a pop fly, and Senba helps retire the side. We just watch it go right into his glove. Wonderful. So we're able to get out of that inning scoreless. Now Tashiro tries to steal. Again, that's what I want out of this team. Try and steal some bases. Get those extra runs from good base running. Because boy, oh boy, am I bad at the base running when I'm in control. Go to the 8th inning. We have a person on first, no outs. Have our leadoff up to bat. We read that perfectly. It goes off in the sweet spot. The right fielder slow to react, but it doesn't matter because that's a 2-run homer from Ikia. 383 feet, just barely getting over that fence, and that brings us 11-5. Good home run there by Ikia. See him blast this one. 101 miles per hour off the bat. 27-degree launch angle. It just barely gets over that fence. Nagia gets a double as well. Gunji follows it up. They rotate spots. Nita continues it. Tashiro only gets a single. Senba did get out, so it ended our 8th inning rally that we had going to just continue to pour on the runs. Takamoto gets himself a walk before we go to the bottom of the 9th to see if Takayama is going to be able to close this one out. We send a fastball right down the middle because I thought it was warm-up pitches. My brain in the wrong spot. We go slider on the inside to get the first strikeout of the 9th. Let's see if he can keep it up. We're going to go sinker away. Cuts back in, but that's going to go right to Tashiro. We are 1 out away. We're going to go with the 2-seam fastball, up and in. Has, like, no movement on it. We're going to go for the sinker away again. And we're going to go slider for the strikeout. He makes a good connection on it. Senba would have to send it to the corner. And the player isn't going to try for second. So it's a 2-out single to keep their hopes alive. Let's go fastball to the inside. Again, they connect with it, but Senba, I wanted to send it for the driving catch. Thought it'd be fun. But they get a run off of it. I mean, come on. We were up by so much. We get the diving catch right there. How much fun that would have been. Instead, we're going to go sinker, slider, get a couple of early strikes. And we're going to go actually fastball low. And he connects with it again. Kazuha gets it in quickly. That's going to prevent another run from scoring. See if we can get this fastball to the outside to work. Ikia trying to find the right spot to settle under the ball, and that is gonna be the championship for Ishita, our second Autumn Prefecture title. There we go. So now we'll have the regionals pretty shortly. We'll have to see what we can do for training beforehand. Ooh, Nita gaining Hut Hitter and Tough Out as some special abilities. That's always nice to see the special abilities get added on there. Alright, let's try and grab our ticket to Spring Koshin, just like our manager said. Nita getting real talked up there. He is Fukoko's Lightning. Let's see, T-Batting and Study Group I think is going to be the easy options here. Do that for the next 7 days. Our field conditions have gone down to 73. I want to try and get them up again. Yeah, there we go. Energy, Trust going back up. Gunji's academic skill went up. As that is a good amount of contact on our players. Solo practice, we see people continue to go up, and we get some energy drinks. We get 3 of them left over as well. Takayama started going on a date, and he started dating someone, and where is he? Takayama. Look at that. His stamina went up by 6 when he started dating someone. Hey, Takayama. If that's what you get for dating someone, go right ahead. I'm here for it. Nagia's contact went up a little bit. I was more looking for Ikia. Doesn't look like his speed went up at all. That's fine. Nothing great going on here. Let's do a skip practice. And then keep it simple with tire pulling and velocity. And this is why I didn't decide to do the request. Mid-tier, decent, and contender. We're definitely going to go up against the contender-rated team. Want to try and go up against a better teams. Senba got a little bit taller, got a little bit faster. Make sure everyone's energy is sky high. Pitch velocity for Fukai goes up. It's mainly solo practice that's going to be important here. That's S tier for someone. Let's look. S tier stamina for Takayama. So yeah, we want him to learn a new pitch. He's a right-hander, so which way do we want? Acquire a curveball type pitch, screwball type pitch. We want a curveball type pitch. So we're gonna have him learn one of those. But his stamina is up there. And after we learn that, we're probably gonna want to start working on his recovery a little bit. but he definitely needs that new pitch. Question. His academics are still a D. This man is dumb. I've done a few study groups and he just has refused to study. It's kind of annoying. Kadata's speed continues to go up, so does Tsugiya's. He's at a E tier in speed at this point, so we're gonna go defense. Does that... Defense does not include game calling. I don't know how I feel about that. So we might just focus on hitting for him. Maybe he can become a bat on the bench. No. Otherwise we'd have to work on his game calling to get it all the way up there. But if we just end up getting a better catcher, then there's no reason to have spent all that time on his game calling. Takamoto working on his hitting, and I'm fine with that. Speed for Ikea continues to go up. Throwing is at 44 for Nita, so that's good. We'll just keep that up. We're gonna get that to a B tier. Nita is gonna work on... Actually, yeah, we're gonna stick with one thing at a time. We're gonna get arm strength up afterwards, and then fielding, and then catching. Meanwhile, Nagia has been working on batting, gotten his contact up to a B. A lot of his other stats are at A tier. He's a good player, Nagia. Hitting for Kurawa's going up. I mean, righties he's great, lefties not so much. Senba working on his speed, Tazawa's hitting. Gunchi continues to work on that power. While Tashiro is working on his fielding. That continues to go up. So we're going to double up on Fungo. And probably hit that sprint as well. Bad hop catch is good, but getting the sprints in there, I think, is going to make me happier with that music note. Honestly, we had less days of practice. If I remembered where the practice game was, I got a card rare. That's going to give us a book. That's nice. Yazaki. Alright. Team's looking good today as well. I love that. Get into this practice game in between. Takayama up to S tier stamina as well is awesome. We're gonna need to get, obviously, the power and control of his pitches up. He's got a lot of work to do before he becomes crazy good. At the very least, we've worked on his stamina. So he'll be able to stick in there for long games. Not able to react to that, unfortunately. Kazuha's just going to send that one in to Nagia. And now we're kind of going to go for the sinker. Slider. Back to the sinker on the outside. It's unfortunate. I was really hoping to get a double play with it. We'll continue to try. Is that gone? It isn't, but it's right up against the fence. The sinker Just not inducing the ground ball that I want. So we'll go fastball low. Actually gets him to pop it up. Kadota settles underneath it. That's going to be out number 2. So now we kind of go after this batter. We go on the outside. He's a pull hitter. We're going to try and dot this slider in the corner. There we go. 1 strikeout, a couple of hits, but remains scoreless. And we have Ikia up. Rushes one to center field. Fortunately, right to the center fielder. Gotta hit that gap if you want it to get down. Now we have Takamoto up. It's gonna be high, but he has a forkball. Gonna be low with the fastball. Luckily, I haven't found a single pitch in this game that rises. That's a slowly hit one to third. Can we beat it out? We're just maybe a step and a half late on that one. So now it's Kadata's turn. Power is up to a C now. That was some sort of gyro splitter or something. We hit that deep to right field, but I think their players did a little bit of studying before this match because they were exactly where they needed to be to get the outs. We're gonna see if our team can get anything. We go down 1-2-3 at both the first and the second. There we go. We get our first 1-2-3. Hashiro gets a hit. And he fails to steal second base, and Kurawa strikes out. So they still face the minimum because of a failed steal attempt by Tashiro. Now they have a couple more players on. I mean, they have had so many players on base. They just haven't been able to do anything with it, so our defense and our pitching has held up. That's a double play right there. After a hit, they get another hit. That's first and third now, and oh, they hit a home run. Yamanaka is really hoping to go against a contender-rated team, to go up against a tough team and try and show that we're still going to be able to kind of dominate a little bit. But now we have Tashiro up. See if he can do anything. Well-placed fastball by them, though. In the corner makes it difficult. Another fastball. Going to be an easy hit for us. We're not going to be able to get our player to third, though. We are going to get one back. Now it's 3-1. Kazuha comes up to bat. That is a fastball that we see, but we hit it right to the left fielder. This has just been a game of baseball. You're hitting the ball really well. You're lining out to the outfielders and just not showing much for it, but that one's hit into the gap. Gonna be able to get a double out of it and another run batted in. So it brings it to within 1. 2 outs. So if we can hit it to a gap here with Ikia, we'll still be doing good. It's gonna be high. Forkball probably would have dropped in, but something I'm fine with taking as fastball to the inside as he loses control. Hard slider. Oh, that's a curveball that we're able to tip down, foul. Hard slider. Swung a little early on it, but still able to get it. We'll just accept our single there. Honestly, with how weakly he threw that, might have been able to get more, but we are winning now 4-3. After a hard-driven ball down the right field line by Ikia. Don't find anything more out of the inning. So 5th inning really was the turning point of this game. They scored 3, we scored 4. And then it goes straight back into a couple of 1-2-3s. You have Sase in there starting from the 7th inning. Nita gets a double. We have Tashiro up again. He was the one that kind of started the rally for us when we came into control in the last inning. Now he has another chance. What a sweeping curve. That one's a regular. So he has a sweeping curve and a regular curve. Both curveballs that go a different amount. He's able to hit the batter to third. It gets himself out. So now let's see what Tazawa can do. It's going to be outside on that fastball. I saw it curving at the last second. We're going to send him home. It's a close play at the plate, but we get there before the tag comes through. Or Kurawa grounds himself out. So we were able to get a little bit of insurance. We have another runner on. Nagia up to bat. Oh no, slider or something. I wasn't prepared for it. Right. So now we're going to be pitching with Sase here. Batter we're going up against has verse fastball, so we're going to try and stick with the sinker and the fosh for this at-bat. Oh, but he crushes this sinker deep to left center. We go up against the wall, but he gets a home run. That's going to make it 5-4 in the top of the 9th. As adaptive, so we got to try and mix it up on him. Let's go Fosh. What a batting stance as well. Look how relaxed it is. Kind of bobbing the bat up and down. Hits a slow grounder over to Nita, who's going to get the easy out at first. Start this one off with a Fosh, because guess what? We, yet again, have a batter that's good against fastballs. So let's go with a high sinker. And it's another ground ball to Nita, who's just going to get it right over to Takamoto. Now they're down to their last out. They only need one run to tie it up. We're going to go fastball. Up and in. Oh, but he crushes that deep to right field. Tashiro tries to jump for it, but they get another home run in the 9th inning. We're going to nail that Fosh. We're going to go full power fastball. I forgot we have Sase. We got to try and keep these fastballs low. He's an underarm pitcher. I forgot about it so quickly. Tazawa easily gets that pop fly. And they're 2 solo homers. Now bring it into the bottom of the 9th. We need to do something ourselves here to get the win. Gunji hits it to right field, and the players were very deep thinking that it was going to go that far, but Gunji able to drop it in front of them, and now we have Nita up. No outs. Runner on first. We were ahead of that. It was some sort of cutter anyways. We're going to hit that. It's going to drop in center field. And just a good little bit of batting so far here in the ninth. We've put a couple together. Now we have Tashiro up. Looks like they're worried about the sack bunt. But we're just going to try and hit it as hard as we can. They're going to have to send it to first because they didn't have anyone covering second. Nor did they have someone on third. We're going to connect with that one, but we swung just a little bit too early, so it's going to be a foul ball. The fastball, though, we connect. It's going to go left center gap, and it's going to be easy run there for the win. 6-5. Off of a good little bit of batting in the ninth. Just connecting. Getting it out into the outfield for some singles. Letting the next batter get his shot. Here we go. Good little practice game. Naib able to get his hard slider up there in power a little bit more. Sase with the submarine title. Okay, we could triple up on sprints. I don't love that, though. Love this spectate right here. Unfortunately, we can't do the double sprints on top of it. We can do the bad hop catch, though. So we're going to double up on the sprints and then the bad hop. Oh, there's draft day right there. The 11th. It's coming right up, so we're going to get these sprints done. Bad hop catch. Does some good for us. 7 days of solo practice. Naib's trust. Everybody's trust going up a little bit. Aichi gets his morale up. Team doing more fielding and catching. It's gonna lower them a little bit. Oh, Kadata. He got an injury, which can be scary because it can knock down your stats. It doesn't do it very often, but I've seen it happen. Perfect. Okay, so we can spectate and double up on the T-batting. Draft conference is in 3 days, and then the bracket lottery. We're going to see here what happens. Do we get a player chosen in the first round? We're also going to have to double check our lineup before we get started in this next tournament round. Our field condition goes all down to 72 now as well. Not happy about that. Ikia up to high plus. Maybe Ikia learned something from the spectate. It happens sometimes. We didn't get it to proc this time, which is a little disappointing. T-batting is going to improve a lot of contact for people, even though it was only 3 days. Get some energy drinks so everyone's energy goes back up. Alright. Another year, another draft. We're contender rated, so I believe that means we can have 4 players drafted. Round 1! Kikuchi Ryo. We always knew Kikuchi was going to go in the first round. We have a second one. It's Miyazuno. Another one, Nagata Sosuke. And Morishita Shota. Wait, that means Muramatsu. Muramatsu didn't make it to the pros? Hold up, how did Muramatsu not make it to the pros? Nah, dude, that's crazy. Right? I can't be going crazy with that. Kikuchi, Miyazuno, Nagata, and Morishita. Muramatsu didn't make it to the pros with 99 speed. And I think it was B tier contact. A little bit of power. Dude, that's crazy. We're gonna do check schedule and then pull down sprints. I'm flabbergasted. Okay, we can double up on the T-batting. And it looks like there's an intra-squad game as well. Like, yeah, we had some good third years, but Muramatsu should have been up there. He was an insane player for us. Right, intra-squad, T-batting, T-batting. This is going to give us really, really good results before we go into actually, let's do our roster now. So just double check everyone's in the right spot. No, Sugiya has gotten considerably better. He actually moves up over here a little bit. And then our weakest player here is 262 and Nita, and he's going to stay in. I don't think these guys come even close to it anyways. Takayama is 284, so he does barely beat out Sase now. Has he learned a new pitch yet? No. DDE, DDE. I think at this point, Tashiro is actually going to be our worst hitter. E power, but he has A speed. C contact versus lefties, but that E versus righties makes these two with D tier power a little bit more enticing. You have D contact versus both, so I'm fine with you in our 6th spot. Gunji is more of our power hitter. Nagia, I think, continues to stay in our 4 slot until we get Gunji's contact up after we get him to S tier power. And yeah, I think our hitting is pretty good other than that. I don't think we really have to change too much. I'm gonna look at our bracket lottery. Yeah. Alright. Get this again, intra-squad with the T-batting. Run it! Nagata. Yeah. Contact going up. I am happy that we're getting a little bit of contact up as well right before we get into the next round. Our T breaks, which isn't great. Takayama learned curveball. It's going to be awful right now. But we're really, really happy. Are we going up against like a powerhouse team here? We're going to have to be careful not to just skip through things too quickly. Takamoto and Kadota both doing absolutely awful. Takayama is not in great condition. But here we go, first round of the Fall District Tournament. Starting day 2, game 3. Still 3 players short of a full bench, I believe. But as a contender rated, hopefully we'll be fine. a D rating, and their batting isn't great. They have 4 players that haven't played in any official matches yet. Start this off with Ikia. Slide palm, huh? That's an interesting one. Fastball is down low. That fastball is in a juicy spot. We get it past the player, and that may be a triple. We go for it. They finally catch it. It's a pretty easy triple there. We even turn. Nikki is like, I mean, if you want to send me home, you can send me home. But yeah. Good start there. Now we have Takamoto. When did he get B power? Maybe we need to move Takamoto down in our lineup a little bit to one of the power hitting spots. Yeah, there we go. Gets a hit, single, and an RBI. Moto gets us started off right. Kadata is now going to see what he can do. Fastball there, but it may be caught by the right fielder. Fortunately, just right at him. So now we're going to have Nagia up. That's high. Honestly, if that was a strike, I would have accepted it. That one's high as well. Luckily, it's not anything that drops down. That is a deep hit ball. It is going to be over the center fielder. So we're going to have to try and get the person on first to third. He was kind of holding back a little bit just in case it was caught. Now Gunji's turn to shine. That's going to be the slide pump. So even if it drops, if he kind of does it on the outside, all the way up there, it could still go outside the strike zone. As we swing at that one, a little bit overzealous. And that's a pass ball. We have A-tier speed. We're always going to send our players on pass balls. And we spot that fastball and we send it on a ride out to left center. That's going to give us a 3-run lead to start in the first. Nita continues to increase it. So we get one more after I finish. Now we're going to be on to the pitching with Takayama. And we just learned this curveball, so look at this. Doesn't really curve at all. The pitching and stuff's going to be difficult. But, yeah. Just get those pitches in there. Takayama's ERA is a .77 as well. So pretty good. We're going to focus mainly on our slider and our fastball, with our sinker thrown in every once in a while. And if we really need to change a pace, we'll go with the curveball. Let's get this fastball in there. The slider on the inside. Locks him up. Honestly, let's go for another fastball up and in. He does connect with it, but Tashiro, I don't know how he caught it. I thought that would have gotten down, but we get a little bit lucky, I think, with the animation. And this is when we throw this sinker in for the first time. Ikia is able to get the diving grab, gets it over to Takamoto, and that keeps us hitless through the top of the first. Gotta love the diving plays. We are already pitching again. And that's a 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second. Nagia gets a triple. Gunji hits him in. Now Nita gets on base. Tazawa continues it, and we already have a new pitcher on the mound for them. 6-0, 7-0. Ikia gets a hit, drives in both. And we're up to 9-0. First and third, Nagia drives in our 10 spot. So if we just keep it scoreless, then this game could end in the 5th inning. As Takayama, let's see what he can do. 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 4th. We go 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 5th. We start with a ground out, then a fly out. And all it takes right here is a nice simple out. Go sinker on the outside. And then we'll try it. This curveball's not great yet. We're going to try and get him with it. We drill it right onto the corner. And it's a 10-0 win in just 5 innings. We had 4 in the first, 6 in the third. Kept it scoreless on our side all throughout. And that's going to keep the energy up for Takayama pretty well. His stamina goes up even a little bit more to 91. And I think because we kept it so short, that's why we see a 2-point increase to his recovery. We end round 1. Takayama played his heart out. We go. We always have our ace really getting talked up quite a bit, I feel like. There's some good options for things here. There's some mediocre options. Honestly, I think I go club manager and lat pull downs before I do the check schedule. Oh, yes! Thank you for fixing the durability of our equipment. It wasn't looking great, so the fact that we were able to do that is awesome. Wow, the amount of arm strength that we just got from that. One day of solo practice, Ikia gets his speed up to an 86. Mid-tier rated Hioki South. So, theoretically, we are more favorites to win. The fact that Kadota is in bad shape kinda makes me want to bring in Sugiya, but his batting's just... At this point, I really want D-tier batting if I'm going to bring him in, so we'll stick with this. We want to make sure that we do good throughout this entire tournament, so we're going to stick with the better of our teams. If this was Prefectures, I probably would have swapped him in, but this isn't. This is the district tournament. So we want to do as good as possible. Now, the whole thing is, if we use the curveball, we'd be able to increase its ability, right? But it's just so sketchy to use it. This is a team that we should beat, so I might bring it out a little bit more. We'll actually bring it out right away. He's behind it. And the curveball is slow enough that we can actually mix in the slider as well. But he does connect on it. Kurwa's right there. Go with the sinker. A bit low. Slider on the inside as well. Let's use that curveball. Does connect with it, but it's a very easy ground out for Takayama. Fastball, easy ground out again. Couple of ground outs right to Takayama. He's able to show off the fact that he can indeed field pretty well. And, I mean, look at all the home runs that this team hits. It's nothing like when we had Morishita, and he had 30 home runs, but there's a good chunk of home runs all spread throughout these players. That's an inside circle change. Oh, he got lucky with that forkball. But it still dropped. It's ball 2 on the fastball. Forkball drops in there. That was a good pitch by him. Oh, I was expecting a forkball. I was sitting off speed a little bit. I get punished for it. Should have been an easy hit as well. The forkball. I got fooled. We get the fastball, though, not able to poke it over the second baseman's head. Now we're going to have Kadata up. Outside. We watched that fastball. Did we hit it too hard, though? Yeah. Wasn't able to get it to drop. So 0-0 after the first. A little bit unusual for us because we do tend to have really strong first innings a lot of the time. Nita gets on base and steals second. Gets left stranded. We already had 2 outs. Weren't able to really work with much. We're able to get a hit. They sack, bunt the player over to second, and don't get anything out of it. And then we go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the third. I will say, I think I do better when I bat first and pitch second. Oh, our second baseman makes an error, and now we're going to be wanting to try and turn a double play. We're going to start with the sinker to the outside. And we're going to go slider on the outside. We're actually going to go fastball above the strike zone. He doesn't fall for it. So then we go slider inside. We go to second, and it almost was a mistake. I should have just sent it home with the pitcher getting the ground out right there. Should have just been a home to first, but I went to second instead. Could have cost us the first run of the game. Takamoto starts with a double, and a sac fly is able to get him home. So we walk one and then double play the next. As Tazawa gets on base from a walk and is able to steal second. This is why we build up our speed. We try and get those extra bases. Can't wait to get this starter out of here so I can get rid of the fork ball as I get completely fooled. That's inside. Oh, I almost ignored that, and then I remembered we had 2 strikes on. The curveball almost caused us trouble, but that into left field is going to go over the head of the left fielder. We're going to get a double out of it and an RBI, bringing us up to a 2-0 lead. So we got good bat on ball right there to dig that one up from below and get such good distance on it. The fastball almost had me, but I'm still able to connect. I'm going to send the player home. The throw comes in, but it's well late. It's now a 3-0 lead for Ishita. As we have another chance now, 2 players on first and third, only 1 out. Kadota, what can you do for us? That's well outside. I think I need to swap Kadota into our 3 spot and our first baseman into our 3 spot. I swung at that, but looking back on it, it was definitely a high pitch. I didn't need to defend either. It's not like we had 2 strikes on, and they'd bring in a relief pitcher who honestly seems better than their regular pitcher. He has a .63 ERA. Oh, and we catch the fastball, but we jam ourselves a little bit. It goes right to the second baseman. We only end up getting 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th. But hey, we go 1-2-3. And Gunji immediately gets a double to bring up Nita. Ooh, that screwball dropping in there. Good pitch. We do get the fastball, though. I don't think it's enough to send Gunji home. He is one of the slowest players on our team, only at a C speed. But that fastball is going to make it pretty easy to drive him home. Good hit there from Tazawa. Yeah, I mean, ever since Morishita left, maybe we don't hit quite the crazy home runs. But this team is a singles machine. They're going to try and throw it to third, and honestly, I saw that being a possibility. But I still kind of went for it anyways because I wanted it. Ikia with a triple drives in 2 more. Sack fly brings us up to 5 on the inning. And it's bringing us into the match because if we hit a home run here, that's game over. Fastball on the inside. Forkball, I was hoping it'd drop out of the strike zone. That's going to be low. Oh, that may be a ground out to end it. It is, so that ends the 6th. We're not able to finish it early. And then it's immediately 2 batters on. We're gonna start with a sinker away. And then the slider on the inside. Oh. Get a little bit distracted. Tashiro makes it over there, though. Fields it easily. We try and make it over to third. Honestly, we got it over there while he was still sliding. But now we go sinker inside. To the slider outside. They're swinging at the slider a little bit more. But we want to go back to this sinker. We get the strikeout. Awesome. Awesome. So fastball up. And Ikia is just going to shovel it over to second base. That is the ball game. 8-0 win. It only took us 7 innings to get this one. Could have finished it in 6, but unfortunately, I just wasn't able to bat super well. It is another huge win. We've done pretty decent so far while you've been gone, Speed. We had 4 players get drafted. Unfortunately, Muramatsu did not get drafted, which blew me away. That was our 3rd year that had 99 speed. And like A-tier contact and very good fielding and everything. How he didn't get drafted, I'm still flabbergasted. Takayama gets 3 more recovery there. I can't check any stats for the MPV. I really don't know how it works. I know that you get a certain amount of draft picks based on, like, your ranking. So had I won Koshin last year, I probably would have been able to get more Muramatsu drafted as well, but Nope, I wasn't good enough. How do I explain it? So, in town here, there's Stadium. So it unlocks Stadium when players get drafted. And as you select Stadium, like this is downtown. Imagine this was Stadium instead. I click on that, and the team gets to go to the stadium for a day. They can earn special abilities, other things like that. And if I have a player that's in one of the games that's being played at the stadium that day, then I also can get a skill book from it. And if we want to look at the recent games that you missed, we did a practice game that we won 6-5. We did two tournament games. We won the first one 10-0, and ended that one in 5 innings. And then you just came back well. We won that one in the 8th inning, or 7th inning, 8-0. No. Stadiums doesn't really matter. It's just, like, you have to have a player get drafted, and then you get to choose stadiums, and your team will go watch a match. Ten-game win streak for us, though. We're doing good. When you would use skip practice. So, I'll show it here more. Wow, we didn't get skip practice at all here. We have a match to go, and then I can explain it. But we're gonna do... Hopefully we win semifinals, and we'll do semifinals, and then finals. Ooh, stamina drinks, and people's stamina goes up. Nice. Amashiro. A couple more pro players being added to our library now. So that's good. We should have enough that we actually get some extra things pretty soon here. Alright. Do the match first. Gunji feeling a little down in the dumps. That's fine. Oh, yeah. Weird when you go up against a pitcher that used to be on the team. Vladdy hit his first home game home run. Alright. I didn't want to swing! I tried to do like a check swing, but there's not check swings in this. It lines up for Gosman to start versus Jays. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I forgot to move Takamoto down to the 3 slot. Oh, he absolutely crushes that. Hopefully over the head of the left fielder. Yes! So that's going to be a double. I feel like he was really good 5 or 6 years ago, or maybe it was like 7, and then he had a couple of injuries, and he just fell off people's radars, I think. But he's always been up there as like a good pitcher to me. They have a first-year ace. No, we sent him to third too late. I wanted him to just start running right away. As soon as he didn't, I shouldn't have sent him. Base running error by me. Oh, we hit that sweet spot as well. Yeah. But I think it comes down to more the age at this point. Isn't he like 36 or something at this point, I want to say? So I think people keep on thinking, oh, there's no way he has more in the tank. And they keep on just going like, this is going to be the year where his age catches him. I think that's how people are looking at it more than anything, unfortunately. I mean, that's what they do with a lot of them. Yeah. I mean, it applies to this year, but I feel like how people have looked at it is once a pitcher kind of hits their 30s, it's like, okay, they could be really good, but as soon as they get like an injury, it's like, I wouldn't really want to think about this as a really good pitcher anymore. And that's what happened. So even though the injuries really didn't affect him, that's what people are still thinking about. Curveball did get hit there, but it's an easy ground out. Jays also don't have a defense that sets World on fire. Yeah. Nice slider there. He's a push hitter, so we should actually probably be aiming for inside pitches. As I mess up my pitch right there. Favorite baseball player ever? I can say multiple. Okay. I was going to say, just thinking of one makes it a little bit difficult for me. Dustin Pedroia, Gunnar Henderson. Definitely, I think, my top two. I hate that he had a breakout year and got worse. But Kowser is also up there. Really like him. Honestly, it'd be kind of fun to... Yeah. Dude, he's crazy. Round out to Takayama. If I kind of want to, like, think of a team to draft a favorite in each position. And I'm sorry, but this is going to have a few Red Sox on it because I haven't really gotten into baseball as much as I did when I was young. As we do get a run in the top of the second, so that's good. But like Pedroia second, shortstop Henderson, first base get Big Papi. Center field, Kowser, even though, again, not a great choice. Behind the dish... behind the dish, Veritek was so good, but Rutschman is also insane. So I don't really know which one I'd want to go with. I might come back to that. Third base. Who do I want to go with? Machado was always entertaining. Oh, actually, you know who I'm going with behind the base? Yadier Molina. I love him. Kazuha hitting a home run. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to go Yadier Molina behind the dish. Third base. So I need third base, left field, right field, and pitcher. Machado was entertaining. Favorite? Probably not. Oh my god, that side spin fastball was so slow. I'm thinking, because, like, there's Westberg, there was... What, Manny Ramirez played third base, but he also played left field. I don't think those are my favorites, though. Third baseman that I, like, would call my favorite. Takamoto, 3 RBI double there. Alright, let's move to left field and right field for a second. I'm trying to think. Jeez. Another hit. Holiday. Fair enough. I feel like I never really got into really delving into the history of like really older baseball players. But when I think of like my favorites, I also think about players that I was able to actually like watch more than anything else. Ken Griffey Jr. Oh my god, that's crazy. Left field, right field, third base, pitcher. I mean, an easy one to go for pitcher would be Ohtani, just because he is that crazy. I don't think he'd be my favorite. Wakefield is definitely up there. Because, I mean, who doesn't love the knuckleball? Yeah. Sinker here. I didn't realize that we took out Takayama. Huh. I did not see the movie Knuckleball. I did see Moneyball. And I thought that was super entertaining. Let's see. Wakefield's last season. Oh, dude, that's crazy. What? Tashiro, catch the ball! What the heck was that? Grind for his 200th win. That makes sense. Yeah. I think I probably would put Wakefield there. Knuckleball has always been super, super fun and entertaining to me, so... Oh, you know who I would put as my right fielder? Ryan O'Hearn. O'Hearn is... I love him so much. So sad that the Orioles got rid of him. He's my right fielder. So now I would need someone in left field. And... Kazuha getting locked in is pretty nice right there on stats. So now I need left fielder and a third baseman. Um, Bregman is decent. Matt Chapman. Let's see, I really gotta look it up though, because I need to. Ooh, Jose Ramirez, maybe? It might be Manny Machado, though. Like, I keep on thinking maybe not, but then I go back to it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Manny Machado for my third baseman. And fielder name that sticks out, maybe. Yeah, I think I'll pick up Kristen Yelich as the left fielder. Yeah, I didn't even touch closers or anything. Okay. So, skip practice and training. If you use a skip practice and then you do training, you get an extra bonus. So, like right here, I would start with where I have 2 practice swings. I would do skip practice, practice swing, practice swing. If I did core training, I'd do skip practice, core training, core training. If I did weighted throws, it'd be skip practice, weighted throw, weighted throw. However, we don't have a skip practice, so we're gonna go with these. I feel like stadium is a waste at a 4 cost. A lot of these brown ones, I want to go with a different cost. And absolutely yes, the colors do mean something. So yellow is all pitching based, blue is all hitting based, and then the green is kind of like fielding base. And then there's this weird like off blue, teal, that does fatigue recovery. I don't know what that actually goes under. And you get a small boost, not as much of a boost as doing 2 weighted throws, but you do get a small boost from doing all yellows. But like having 2 weighted throws gives you a huge boost, and that's why you see up arrows on them. And the reason why we're doing target practice instead of tire pulling is because if I did tire pulling, you see how there's a trash can on the tire pulling? That trash can, here, I'll show you actually really quick. It goes on to practice swings instead, which means that we can't double up on practice swings if we wanted to. So we're going to go target practice instead, and then during the next break, we'd be able to do the practice swings. So there's a little bit of strategy that goes to it. Right, so the garbage bin means that it's gone. So I don't know if it kind of like shows them. I think it'll show it when we start the next day. So after this match, pay attention to the bottom when we get back in, and you'll see everything kind of swoosh to the left, and that includes the garbage. Yeah. So those 4 cards aren't going to be playable in the next one, and we'll get 4 new cards. Exactly like a deck of cards. So you get like a little bit of a card game. Yes, it is RNG. What I have noticed is that if you have a specific thing that like you focus on, like if you say balance, then it's complete RNG. If you say like fielding and pitching focus, I feel like you get a lot more cards focused around pitching and fielding. If you do agility focused, you get a lot more sprints cards, and that's like running and speed. And if you do batting, then obviously you'll get a lot more batting cards. So there's focuses that you can do, and you tend to get a little bit more. I was late on the fastball. Yeah. Yeah, there's so much going on with this game. And I absolutely love every second of it, and we're going to get an easy leadoff double. What? So, just to look at my time really quick. I have 76 hours? 76.2 hours in this game. And it hasn't even been out for a month. Okay, sweet spot. Do we get the home run? It's going deep. Oh, off the top of the fence. We just barely get robbed of the home run. Giants colors? Yeah. When I made the team, someone was like, you should do a little bit of off-white with a touch of orange. And I was like, all right, I can do that. And then the black kind of just stayed in there because it went well with the orange. So. Oh, I miss that fastball. Okay, hard slider that cut in. That's high, easy to lay off of. If I end up making a new team, I am going to put a little bit even more effort into it as we get a little dinky one. This is actually on PC, so like this is the graphics of PC. We're gonna tag up here for sure. So sack fly to get us our second run. Let me find the hat real quick. If I make, I shouldn't say if I make, I'll probably end up making another team at some point. And this is kind of the vibe I want to go for. So gray and dark blue with some green on it. And the lettering is going to be like silver. So we're gonna try and kind of run with that as the theme. I'm gonna try and have an M on the hat to match and everything as well. That's an inside fastball. My cat's like, hey, you're up a little bit late. Don't you know it's time to feed me? She's even turned around like, I'm ready to go. You come feed me now. Kitty, we just gotta make it through this game really quick, and then we'll be down. Right? We work the walk. I know, Kitty, we don't have the tower here anymore, so you can't even, like, pop up and say hello to everyone. Oh, no. Just don't ground into a double play. Oh, okay, we barely beat it out. Schedule... yes. So honestly, that is kind of what it does. All the cards at the bottom, it completely redoes them and gives them it gives them a buff in the top left. Usually it's the boost, so the arrow pointing up. Occasionally you'll get some skulls when you do the reschedule. Occasionally you'll get some music notes when you do it. But that's what it is it, like, gets you a whole new set of cards. So if you have a bunch of cards that you don't like, you can do that. Yes, yes. It is mostly positive beat if it's used. Oh my god, he immediately hits a bomb, but Tazawa gets the 85 feet over there. Most of the time it doesn't give you skulls or anything. That is an outlier scenario. Alright, we get the slider, fastball up and away. Oh, no. We mess up just a little bit, and that's off the wall. He gets a double out of it. Unfortunate. Oh my god, I'm messing up the fastball again. Alright, lock in, lock in. Really good slider, really good slider. We'll go sinker here. Good sinker. Let's try and get this curveball for the strikeout. Because the curveball's bad, but we still want to try and increase it. Alright, fastball. Slider. And then curveball. Oh, he does hit the curveball. Get there, center fielder. Get there, Tazawa. Yes! Jose Bautista. Yeah. Dude. The fact that Yenier Cano is the only one that's good in our pitching staff is crazy right now. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Down they go. Takamoto hits on base. Doesn't get to second with the steal attempt, and they end up facing the minimum in the top of the third. As we were about to, and then we hit someone with a pitch. Yeah. And I get that. Oh, we failed to steal again. But Tazawa is successful, so he gets himself on second base, but Kurowa not able to get a hit to get him any further. And I get that. So... Oh my god, they're starting to put something together. Luckily, we keep it to just one run. With me, I'm more of a Orioles fan, but then my girlfriend is a Cubs fan, so I kind of keep up on that. The Dodgers are just so stacked that it's kind of fun to watch their games. And then I like the number 4 better than the number 3. So I kind of chose a 4th team to watch as well. and one of my best friends loves the Tigers, so I watch them as well. So those are kind of the 4 teams that I watch. Yeah, it's just an all-star team playing every single day. Sinker here. Oh, he gets it up into the air. But again, easy for Tazawa. Side is retired. And then sometimes I keep up on, like, specific players, like Ryan O'Hearn I try and pay attention to, because I really enjoy him as a player. If I hear of any, like, prospects that are doing really good, I like to pay attention to them. Like, Kevin McGonigal, yes, he's on the Tigers, but I like to try and pay special attention to him anyways, because he does really good. There's a player on the Pirates, I believe, that I've paid attention to. I can't remember his name. Not Skeens. I feel like it was either an outfielder or I think his last name was Griffin. Can't remember for the life of me though. Nice sinker to get the strikeout there for Takayama, though. Skeens is Dude, if Skeens is struggling on the Pirates, then they literally just don't have a team going for him, really. They have a bunch of big names that are, like, they all had a prime year and then kind of fell off. Which is really unfortunate for the Pirates. They have these players that do really well, but they all do well at different points of the season, I feel like. So they can never, like, string anything together. But I think they were doing okay this year. I thought they were in, like, a wild card spot. Oh my god, we're in there again. This time Sase pitching. Let's try and start it off with the sinker away. We go with the Fosh to another sinker on the inside. Double play! Perfect. Yeah. It very much is like that. Like, you can absolutely dominate. You can have one player just go 5 for 5. But if you only have 7 hits total in the game, then you probably only got like 2-3 runs probably off of a 5 for 5 game. If one of the other hits came right afterwards. So, yeah. Right, we need some insurance runs here. Oh, we get that over. I don't think we're going to beat it out, though. We don't get any runs. You will explain. You will explain what you mean. Right. And we're going to do the Fosh. And we're actually going to double it up with the Fosh. This might not be in the strike zone, though. So then we're going to go full power sinker on the back. Full power Fosh down in the zone. Oh, dude. Just not having any really good off speed on Sase makes it so difficult to strike someone out after a couple of pitches. Especially because that guy had reverse fastball, so I tried to avoid the fastball. Alright, sinker on the inside, finish him off. Oh my god, he absolutely drills it. Hurawa cuts that off neatly. The pitcher versus the batter is the most one-on-one matchup in sports. Yes. Yes, that is very true. Okay, we're gonna go sinker low here. Yes! Okay. We pulled off that double play. That was such a close one and such a good double play to get. It was risky going for it, but it paid off big time. Okay, I think we need to go full power with our pitches right here. But that's a sweet spot shot to deep right. Oh, 2-run homer. And that's a walk-off. So they become the champions. We lose. And we get second. Luckily, with it being regionals, I believe that still gives us the opportunity to play in the next round. But it's so disappointing that we lose. So we get second place because we lose there. Take a huge dip. Kadata gets homekeeper. Ikia's speed goes up. The fact that Takayama is already almost at 99 stamina as a first year. Dude, not even just the pitching animations. Have you seen a side-by-side of a curveball between MLB and this game? The difference is crazy. Let me see if I can find it really quick. See if I can find it. Yes. This is what I'm talking about right here. So this is a side-by-side of a curveball in each game. Like, what? That's crazy. Yeah. It looks like a fastball with a slight dip at the end. But that's the difference. Like, holy. Yeah, at least we have a shot at going to the Spring Koshin tournament. We can get our revenge. Yeah. So we do still get to Koshin even though we got second place. I think it just makes our matchup more difficult. But that is where we're going to end it today. It's been a ton of fun. This journey has been awesome. Tomorrow I plan on doing some editing and other things and trying to turn this into a little bit of a let's play on YouTube. So we'll see if we'll be able to get an episode 1 up today where we kind of made the team, or not today, within like the next week, where we made the team, and we played our first practice match and everything. And we'll see how quickly I can get some of these turned out. And depending on how fast I can make the videos, we might do 2 or 3 a week, or we may just be doing 1 a week. Obviously, doing the stream and everything is going to be way ahead of the Let's Play. But I appreciate everyone who stops by. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you definitely on Saturday for some more, but we also might end up doing some on Friday. So have a good rest.